more things change, the more they stay the same. Boundaries shift, new players step in, but power always finds a place to rest its head.
What up guys, this is BZK right here. Today I'm bringing you a gameplay on the map Skydock using one of the new DLC weapons, the Auger. This is a gameplay before I actually got another Auger variant, which is the variant I'm going to suggest today. It's the rare variant. I think it's one of the best Auger variant to date as of right now. The Epic is a different story. We'll get into that a little bit later. The rare variant, it has double kills give you ammo back and stockpile also attached to it. So you start out with more bullets in the magazine, and it's already a pretty healthy magazine. And since this weapon is kind of meant to spray and pray, double kills automatically refilling that like 70 round magazine is quite nice. You can really keep the rampage going and keep the onslaught coming. Talking about wind up time and a hefty magazine, this gun takes about like 3 to 4 shots before it starts winding up to full speed, and as the wind up speed increases, the fire rate increases, and the recoil increases, so it can become a little unsteady. A couple trips for that obviously is like foregrip. I've actually been using the scout sight a lot, switching between the long range and the short range scopes. The VMC helps out a little bit. The Trojan's really nice. I don't know. Putting a sight on this weapon really helps with the recoil. It helps me keep on track, to be honest. With that said, one of the special things about this weapon that it doesn't follow suit with every other LMG. This weapon has no silencer. It has to be loud. It has every other attachment but a silencer, which is kind of annoying. I really would have loved to have a no sights, like foregrip, laser sight, silence, minigun, just mowing down people from behind and trying to get those quad feeds and something higher, But we get what we get. Maybe it's a glitch, maybe it's intended, who knows. Maybe they'll update it later on, or maybe there'll be a special variant where it does have a silencer on it. I don't know yet. But to continue on with our creative class here, I definitely suggest the Phantom combat rig with active camo and the heightened senses. It's really nice. This weapon, in order to use it really well and really properly, I think you need a lot of map control and map awareness. Heightened senses helps with that because you can hear people with the indicator beeps jumping, or you can hear people running around underneath you. It just depends on how aware you are of the map. Because if you're aware and you know they're coming, you can kind of pre-fire a couple bullets to get the spin time up and make sure you get that kill. There's definitely been a couple gunfights where I've gotten into I fired first, but because my wind-up time is a little bit slower than the normal fire rate of another weapon, they beat me in that gunfight. So as long as you have map control and map awareness, you should be able to dominate your enemies with this weapon pretty easily, but just keep in mind that those are some of the key things you need to use it. Talking about other specialists, Synaptic's quite nice. You can stay airborne and catch people off guard. You can use rewind to kind of back in and out of a situation if you want to. I also suggest maybe Merc, so you can kind of use infusion and take a couple bullets and heal pretty quickly and keep it moving. But other than that, quick in and out specialists are definitely the way to go. Keep that in mind. As to other LMGs, this weapon has really good hipfire. It actually probably has pretty small hipfire reticules, as you can see. That's without a laser sight. If you attach a laser sight, it'll obviously be more accurate and more powerful. Though I will say, when the spin-up time starts reaching its maximum rate of fire, the hipfire starts grouping out and a little bit uneven and a little bit inaccurate. But at close range, it doesn't really matter. You kind of just grind people into bits. As for other attachments, I would definitely suggest foregrip. If you don't want to use a sight, foregrip, quick draw, and maybe like the FMJ. I really found FMJ useful because I could shoot through like cover and objects while spitting a crap ton of bullets down range. Definitely makes people afraid to challenge you, and you might be able to force them into a corner. If you're not going to use FMJ, try the high caliber rounds, that's what it is. Increased headshot damage. This gun can headshot with 3 shots. It's pretty great, it's pretty strong, it's pretty accurate, and going for downrange shots, all you have to do is tap the trigger to be accurate at those long ranges. Once you start spraying, there's probably a 0 chance of you actually killing them at sniper distance with like the full spin up, so just tap the barrel and you should be able to pick up the kill. Whatever else. For perks, I definitely run sleight of hand. You will be reloading this weapon a lot, even if you do have the rare variant where you get double kills and automatically refills the magazine. You will be reloading. This gun spits through ammo like it's nothing, so keep it in mind. Ghost to stay off radar since there is no silencer, and I obviously like to play a little bit more stealthy and a little more flanky. So, Ghost is definitely the perk for me. If to go along with the bullet grind, if you will, and the bullet eating power of this weapon, I run Scavenger on it. Scavenger's not really a perk I run on my LMGs, but this one needs it. You just eat through ammo too quickly, and before you know it, you've maybe killed 3 or 4 people, but you've sprayed enough extra rounds from the spin-up time that you have no ammo left. My last perk is Dead Silence, just because I like to play aggressive and like to be in there and probably in people's faces. And also, if I'm flanking, I don't want them to hear me when I come up behind them. So that's another reason why I run it. As for kill streaks, I run UAV, rare version UAV, rare version counter UAV, and rare version Warden. It's helpful. It's helpful having that UAV up for map control and map awareness, so I can kind of predict where my enemy's going to be and punish them because I don't know, they're not looking. Counter UAV obviously makes it so when I don't have a silencer, I'm not going to show up on the radar because it blocks their entire radar. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. I kind of went off with it. I do enjoy this weapon, but I do wish I could have a silencer. If you guys have any other questions or want to see any other weapons for me, please leave them in the comments down below. As for now, this is your boy Hellraider, signing off.
Your performance has qualified you for a promotion and new assets.
Nice.